Hello, Carl's Conversations, and welcome back. It's been a little while since we've been with you on this platform. I'm sure those of you who follow me have seen me on a few other platforms, but I'm glad to be back with you. And don't you know that we have someone who is absolutely worth me pulling back out the Carl's Conversations platform. We have a very talented. Oh, this lady is so full of ideas and characters and projects and business. It is an absolute pleasure to introduce to you Mrs. Lynaia Jordan from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm so glad to have her with us today. She has so many things going on. It is amazing. We see things on TV and in the theaters, and you always kind of wonder who's behind those things that we see. Where do those ideas come from? Well, tonight I'm going to let you in with me. Her and I are going to have a conversation. We're going to let y'all listen. We're going to let you in to hear the behind the scenes, the mind of a playwright and an author. She is, like I said, tremendously talented. And as you can see, she's also beautiful. So, what a
Thank you.
talented sister. We absolutely are glad that you're here. Lynaia, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're excited about all the things that you're doing.
Thank you for having me on the show, Carl. Thank you so much.
It is
I'm
all
excited.
right.
Wow. Yeah.
Me too. Listen, I want you to take a few moments to introduce the audience to yourself. I could do it, but nobody can really do it like you. I want them to tell you a little bit about yourself and a few things that you have going on.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lynaia Jordan. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, and I am a author of three self-published books, a playwright of a stage play, and I'm also the producer director of a series titled Torn. And my TV series is based off of my books, Torn But Not Broken. Right now, I'm working on four different projects. Um, I just finished my casting for two short films that I wrote, and I will be filming them in January, starting January 7th. One is called Everything Matters, and the other is Running Lost. And they are both public service announcements. One is about teen suicide and teen bullying, and the other one is to get information out there about teen prostitution. So those are some of the other projects that I'm working on. I'll be debuting my stage play, A Right Kind of Love, on February 12th. We're looking to do it in Baltimore at a it's called the Lithuanian Hall, and that's going to be on February 12th of 2022. And then first on January 13th, I will be premiering my pilot of my TV series Torn. So they are like really all of the projects that I'm working on. I am in the process of writing like two more scripts for one feature film and another short film, and is looking to be like a holiday film because I like to write in different type of genres. So, and basically other things that I do other than writing, I'm a mother, I'm a wife. I love to spend time with my family, and that's basically it. And I love God. I go to church and participate. I'm a member of Northside Baptist Church, so yeah.
That is amazing. And that's in Baltimore, correct?
Yes, it's in Baltimore. Yep.
This is what I'm sure some of the audience wants to know because I'm hearing you name off all these things and I'm thinking, wow, this is just amazing. But where do you get all the material from? If all of this is stored in your head, how in the world do you not just go crazy?
So basically, like when I was a little girl, my grandmother, she was my grandmother by marriage. Her name was Mary Carter Smith. Mary Carter Smith, she was, they called her Mother Mary. She was an African American griot. She told folktale stories to children all over I'm gonna just say all over the world. She was like national, international, and she would take me out sometimes when I was little, probably like 6 or 7, 5, maybe 5, and she would tell her stories and stuff, and she would have the cow tail whip and the drums and stuff. And when I sat there watching her, when I went back home with my mother, I would like write poems and stuff. So, and then I went to writing songs, but I never really like told anybody that writing was my passion. So, when I write, it's like I put myself into the story that I write, and everything just comes off the top of my head. So I could be like sitting, we could have a conversation. Me and you could be talking about something, and you may say something that sparks something inside my mind, and I'll just write it down. And then when I get home, I'll sit in front of the computer, and it just comes like it just comes naturally. Like I can just sit and write, and it's just there. And I don't be thinking about it all day. It don't be on my mind like what am I going to write? What am I going to write? It just naturally comes when I sit at the computer to write.
Have you ever experienced writer's block? Because I'm a writer also, and I know that there are times when I'm just up against it. I've learned not to fight it. Just sometimes you got to go live a little bit. Is your writing process much like that? And how often do you run against that wall we call writer's block?
So I believe that I had writer's block one time. And I say one time because when I first wrote my first book, I torn but not broken. So I have that here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
We're going to sell some while we're up here, too.
So when I wrote my first book, Torn but Not Broken, I wrote that while I was on bed rest with my pregnant with my son. And my aunt, she was knocking at my door because every time I would finish a chapter, I would let her read it because she was living with me. So I would let her read it. And she had come back in my room like 2 o'clock in the morning and knock on the door again and say Miss D, my nickname Miss D. She say, Miss D, what's next? You got to tell me what's next. So after I wrote my first book and I put it out there and I did all the promoting and everything, I started writing my second book. But I wrote my first book in 2012, really. And I went through a publishing company because I didn't have knowledge of self-publishing. So you think from 2012 to 2019, wait a minute, was it 2019? Yeah, 2019. So 2012 to 2019, that's a 7 year gap where I didn't write a book. I had started writing my second book, Torn But Not Broken Part 2, but I never went back and like finished it. So I'm gonna say yes, I had writer's block at that point, and I can't even tell you why I didn't finish writing it within those 7 years because I already started writing it when I published my first book. But that was the only time that I really ever had writer's block. And I don't know. One day I just was like, you need to finish this book. Just go ahead and finish it. So I finished it, and that was it.
I'll tell
After
you,
that, I just continually started to write like constantly.
amazing. There are several things about what you're saying that amaze me. I'm going to do my best to try to ask the questions and not sound like a little 10-year-old fan.
That's
So
okay.
now I have some writing creativity, but it seems that my creativity pales in comparison to people like yourself. Now you list yourself as an author, playwright, producer, director.
Yeah.
Now those are different hats to wear. How in your creative mind do you go from the idea in your head to putting it on paper, right? And people don't know you got to set the scenes up and all this kind of stuff, especially when you're doing the plays and you got TV series. A little different when you're writing the book. So and then you got to put your producer director hat on, even though they're different, but they work together to make it look like it. I mean, and because in your mind you're seeing 3D, but you
Hmm.
got to make 3D come to the stage or
Hmm.
come to the screen. And I mean, your visual has texture. It has to be in the right time frame in which you wrote it. You might write a timepiece. How do you put all this together in your head to make it a piece of visual art that people like me can sit in a theater or sit at home at our TV or go to a place where we can see this on stage? What does that look like behind the scenes?
So, when I first started into like the producer director part of filming, other than writing, I did have some coaches. Like I was very observant of the people that I had around me. So the first thing was I didn't learn how to really direct until I had a guy. His name is what is his name? Oh my goodness, Howard G. Howard G. I brought him in when I wrote my stage play, and I brought him in as the director of my stage play. So he showed me or kind of told me like what I needed to do and see and everything within having everything right there in front of me. So I learned from what he told me. But the other thing is when I write, I see it. I'm in it. I'm in my writing when I'm writing. So when we go for the actors, I already know what I'm looking for in my actors, what I'm looking for in the setting, like what setting, what type of setting I'm looking for. Because while I'm writing, I'm already picturing everything that I want to see or how it would look and how it would sound. So that's how I do it really. Um,
Amazing to me. People now, I don't know your grow up background, right? But I'm from the hood. So, of course, even if I could see things the way you do, it's like, how in the world could I ever finance my idea to try to get it from my head to the paper to production? And I'm sure, even if some may not see this live, of course, many will see this in the replay. Somebody's going to be looking at this saying, well, yeah, I've got these ideas, I'm talented, but I don't know how to make it a reality. Can you do the best you can to try to explain that process?
sure. So I'm not even gonna lie, it is very expensive to do a production. Um of and you have to know what you're looking for in your production, because you can do a play and it can be a set with a table, chairs, and it can be the best writing in the world. And you can just make your play just that, table and chairs and your actors. Um, I just thank God that my husband, who is my backbone, who supports me with everything 125% plus to infinity and beyond, he helps me with financing my dream. So it's nothing wrong with going try and get a GoFundMe and asking, because when I first did my first film that I'm about to premiere in January, I had went to family members and asked them, could y'all donate to, or could I get a loan, and this is how much it's going to cost. Um, my short films, the production for them, they is cheaper than what it was for my full length film, but it's still money that has to be put out there. And it's not for people, it's not for the weak if you want to get into filming, because you have to like really believe in yourself and believe that no matter what, you're going to make this happen and this is what you want. And sometimes you can find people that'll volunteer to, like my film, people violent like really just let me use their car dealership, their hair salon, their event hall. And I went to people and I talked to people and I said, look, I'm an upcoming writer, film director. I'm looking to do a film. I wanted to know if I can utilize your facility for my film for a couple hours. And people, it's good people out there, and they say yeah, they say yeah, they would do it. So
That is amazing. What are the things that really cost when you're doing this? And I'm asking because I'm just blown away, right? So people always say production costs. Yeah, but if I never produce anything, I don't really understand what it means when you say production costs.
So production costs, it depends on what type of film you're doing, because union films, because there's unions out there. So union films, you is on a pay scale. Everything, the people with lights that's holding the lights, they get paid a certain amount of money. People who are just pushing a button for the smoke to come up, the fog, they get paid a certain amount. Actors, extras. But when you doing like a non-union project like I do, you can pay for a makeup artist. You pay for you have to pay for, like me, I like to pay for the food on set for, everyone to be able to eat. You pay for the cinematographer, the person that comes out and film it, director of photography. You have to pay for editing. um, you have to pay for an editor. Sometimes people, when you want to use people music, you may have to pay for the music. You could pay for a director. It's just so many different components. You may have to pay for somebody to hold the sound, the boom mic.
Right,
um but you get people out here who just really want to help you and really want to get into get into the film and get into the production. You pay for actors. I forgot
right,
actors. You pay for
right,
actors. A lot of, like, this last casting call that I did, I had actors all over from the UK, uh, California, and they were auditioning, India. It was like, and I don't know how they got my information, because the only thing I did was post it on Facebook.
right,
And somebody, I don't know who, but I'm saying thank you, if you're listening, if you're watching, thank you for posting my stuff, because somebody posted it and I was getting from Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada. It was really, I was blown away. And like, these people knew that it was a short film and it wasn't paid. It wasn't being paid. And it was like, oh, we know, we understand, just give me a heads up and I can. And I was like, I don't even want to do it, because I would feel bad for
right.
you to come halfway across the world, the country, for a weekend to film. But when you get people that really love what they do, their passion, acting, is like they'll do whatever they have to fulfill their dream, the same way that I do when I'm writing and directing and wanting to do my movies.
This is amazing. As I'm listening to you, I'm learning, right? This is my first time interviewing someone in your field of expertise. So I'm learning too. And one thing I'm learning is I remember one time when Spike Lee was making a movie, and he was doing crowdfunding. And I was so upset, like, man, all the money that Spike has made, and now you're going to ask the people to help you finance a movie? But that's somebody who does not understand. Now you just spent maybe 5 minutes explaining what you have explained, and I'm sure you could probably spend another 5 hours, and we still wouldn't know enough. But just the few things that you shared with us, I'm beginning to see, oh my God. So for the person who does not have the huge studio budget, but you've got all these ideas, you need support. And one thing that I want us to do before we end this interview, I want you to let the audience know how they can fund you. And if you may have to type that into the, maybe if somebody there, they can jump on it and type it into the comments for you, or we'll just have you to say it so people can do so. But this is really important. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you, I love all of God's children, people from all over different countries, people from
You
different
mean the
races.
comments? I'm sorry. The comments. What are you talking about? It has comments over. You talking about where you say comments?
Right. So like if you grab your phone and
Uh
jump
huh.
into jump on the Carl's Conversations Facebook page
Uh
or the
huh.
Carl's Conversations YouTube, you can just jump
Yeah.
in and start making comments. And if you type something there, I'll post it onto the screen so the people can see it. So you can do that while I'm making my pitch for you. Like I
Oh,
said,
okay. I see. I didn't. I was trying to find it, but okay, got you.
yeah, it's all good. I love all of God's people, but we know that Black Americans have not always had the support that some of our counterparts have had. So it is really important for me that we support Black businesses. And my girl, you absolutely are a Black business. And I want to give our audience every opportunity because you never know who's watching. And there may be someone who is who has access to resources that could be very helpful to you. And that's why I'm going to get into some detail, as much detail as we can, about some of the things that you already have out, like your books and maybe some of the plays that you've done, because I want them to see what you're doing, and I want them to be able to have something they can hold in their hand. See, there's your comment right there, right on the screen. So, like I said, so audience, please see if you want to support, financially support Mrs. Jordan's dreams and visions. You can do it just like that. I want you to list those titles of your books also. Her books are available on Amazon, and she's going to list them. Now, we're not about to end the interview. I'm just trying to get this in here so people can see it. You never know. You might get some pledges before we get off of the air. There's one book, Torn But Not Broken. And remember, these books are available on Amazon. And that was part one, Torn But Not Broken, part two. This is amazing. And so please, if you want to see her work, go to Amazon. You can get Torn But Not Broken, parts one and two. You can get Beneath the Surface. And here's her Cash App information if you want to be a supporter. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not just talking, I'm going to support Mrs. Jordan also. We're going to take some pressure off of her husband. Look, the way you say he supports you, I think I love him too.
I thank God for putting him in my life, because he really opened my eyes to me following my dream and not giving up, because I would have never brought the writing out of me if it wasn't for him. So
wow, that is amazing. So you always had these ideas, but he was like the motivation to put it. What kind of things did he say that made you see, man, I really can do this?
So first thing is, he seen past my flaws, my past, and he seen things that I had inside of me that I didn't show or broadcast at first,
Right.
before I met him. And he showed me a different outlook on life, like the way that I was living prior to how I changed and evolved. Um it it just was like two different people. If you would have met me 20 years ago to who I am now, 20 years later, I was still the same person, but I had a different outlook on life.
Oh, I get it. I
So,
tell people all the time, those people are blessed when they meet the AC call, the after Christ call. The
yeah.
BC
Oh,
call was, he was different.
yes.
He was different. And listen, I want to let the audience know once again, there are a couple of book titles out here that we want you guys to get. These books are available on Amazon. Torn But Not Broken, Torn But Not Broken, Part 2, Beneath the Surface. And I believe this is a stage play, A Right Kind of Love. Are these available? The stage plays, are they available on Amazon also?
So the stage play will actually be filmed live on February the 12th of
Oh
2022.
man, that is awesome. And Torn, the series, I think that's coming out also, right?
Yeah, so that will be premiered January the 22nd 2022 at the historic Senator Theater.
Okay, we're gonna get all this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna schedule another
So
interview with you real soon.
tickets are available for both productions on Eventbrite, so I can put that in the comments as well.
Okay, and my wife says yes, a king will always know a queen when he see her. Hashtag your king, his queen.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Oh, and we're looking for Torn the series that's going to premiere on January 13th, 2022. This is awesome. This is awesome. And you can get the tickets to the stage play. The stage play is called A Right Kind of Love. Those tickets are available on Eventbrite. And if we put that title in, Right Kind of Love, we'll see it then, right?
Yes, A Right Kind of Love. Yes. So I can tell you, like, get into the difference with my writing from when I first started writing to now.
Yes, I want to know.
So when I first started writing, I wrote urban novels. So Torn But Not Broken and Torn But Not Broken Part 2, they are urban novels. Um, they a love story. So at first when I started to write about myself, my life story. I wanted to write my life story, but then I kind of got scared and I was afraid of judgment. So then my imagination and the creativity came in, and I just was putting stuff in there that, didn't have anything to do with me. But in the beginning of the book, Torn But Not Broken, it was starting to be about me and things that I remember in my life being a teenager. But it's a urban love story. And then I noticed that after part 1 and part 2, I started, well, I didn't notice, but I knew that I started to think differently on how I wanted to write. I wanted to write different genres. I didn't want to stay stuck in the urban writing. So I wrote Beneath the Surface. And Beneath the Surface is a book about a young lady who is beautiful on the outside and beautiful on the inside, and she met a man who looked at her only with her outside beauty. He knew she had inside beauty, but when her outside beauty was diminished and taken away, he left. So how she dealt with not being beautiful on the outside and what's beneath the surface is what really matters. um my stage play, A Right Kind of Love, now that's about a family secret. And that is, my stage play is a drama, a little gospel, a comedy, all mixed in one. Because as the African American community, you think back about your family history and everything, and you go back generations and generations, and every family, African American family, has some kind of family secret that the grandmother, the great grandmother, or the grandfather, great grandfather kept and held, and how it may destroy the life of generations to come, not even knowing that that's what they're doing. They may just be protecting. So that's what A Right Kind of Love is about. And I told you about my 2 short films that I'm filming next year too. So
That is great. Now, I noticed that you also talked about you had a couple of public service announcements out here. Now, I want to talk about that. And after you tell us what they're all about, what made you go that route? Because now I don't know exactly how that works on the business end, but I would imagine when you put public service up there, that it's probably not the same on the business end as a for profit deal.
so when I say public service announcement, because I didn't do it for any business purposes. I say that because it's a topic that everyone talks about in the world: teen prostitution, and bullying, and teen suicide. So what made me go that route? I needed to do short films to kind of put myself out there, put my writing in short film competitions and stuff, so that people all around the world, all over the nation, can see my writing and how I write, how I direct, how I produce. Just to put myself out there, because it's really hard in this industry. If you don't know somebody, or if you don't have the big bucks, it's really hard for you to get yourself out there, to put yourself out there for people to see you. And you could be I think personally I am an amazing writer. But if, because I don't know anyone, or haven't I don't know anyone, or I don't have the big bucks, my stuff is being looked at in our community, but it's not going nowhere. It's staying right where it's at. So that's why I decided to write the short films. And personally, yes, I have children who have been bullied in school, high school, and it hurt me as a parent, because a lot of times you see your children going to school every day and you thinking everything is fine, and you can talk to them about anything, but they in high school, they don't want to talk about being bullied in high school. Like,
Hmm.
how does that sound? How does that look? And then you never know, like, how it's affecting the child that's being bullied. And suicide is real within kids, high school, elementary school. You see it on TV, on the news and stuff all the time. So I just want to put things out there, like, just let people know, like, you can be in high school, you can be bullied, and it can just push you to the edge. It could push
Mm.
the parent to the edge. So that's what I mean by public service announcements.
Got
I
it. You,
think
you're
it's
dealing
stuff
with
that the
topics
public
that,
should know. Yeah.
right. I got you. You know, that's a trip because the motto for Carl's Conversations is a safe place to have difficult conversations. And when you start dealing with subjects like what you're talking about, you know, you got to create a safe space so that
Mhm.
people feel, comfortable talking about it, right? Hey, I want to let the audience know, all of you who are on, we thank you and we bless God for you. If you have questions or comments, for Mrs. Jordan, this tremendous author, playwright, director, and producer. Hey, feel free to add it, whether you're catching us by way of YouTube, if you're catching us by way of Twitter. I am streaming this also to my personal Twitter page. If you're catching us on Facebook, feel free to write in some comments, and we're going to post them. If you got questions for Mrs. Jordan, and I keep calling her Mrs. Jordan because I'm scared to mispronounce her first name.
Okay.
I'm scared. But this is what I want to know. How do we help to get your material from the local scene onto the national scene? Of course, we know that we can support you financially, but other than finances, what can we do to let people know that Mrs. Lynaia Jordan is out here? She has tremendous material, and we want the world to see it. What can we do?
Just share. When I post things on my Facebook page about events that I'm doing, just share. Every Monday for the past 2 months, since the beginning of November, I have been giving away tickets to my stage play. Not because people haven't been buying them, because I want people to know that it's not really all about the money. It's about really me getting people out in the seats so that people can see my work, so that you can share with the next person. Oh, I really enjoyed this. I went and seen it. It was a good play. And the next person, and then they can tell their family members, and their family members can tell their co-workers and friends. So I go on Facebook every Monday evening after rehearsal, and I give away tickets, I give away books. I'm a giver, and I tell people that I love to give, I love to help. So just sharing, by hitting the share button, sharing this link, that's just help enough to get it out there to people.
Well, that is awesome. Well, we're definitely going to do that. And I'm sure there are some people who are listening right now we're probably getting excited. And listen, Michelle Brown says, I am very proud of my oldest daughter. Love you, D. So you got Mom Dukes listening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs.
I love
Brown.
you. Thank you.
We are loving what she's doing. And I've posted a comment there. What I'm asking is for those of you who are watching, and you can hear and see the vision, all that God has placed into this young lady, and you want to pledge some financial support. Hey, listen, please do so. Here's her Cash App information. You can definitely send something. Now, I know some people like to give in silence, and that's great because as soon as you hit that Cash App, she'll know it. But if you want to encourage some other viewers to give, please feel free to show what you're going to pledge. We want to have a hand in taking Mrs. Jordan's material from the local scene, and she's on the local scene there in Baltimore. But we want to help her to project this onto the national scene. All right. And it sounds to me like, now, I don't know her personally. I know her people. Our families are families. Ms. Jordan and I are connected by marriage. But I can tell you what I have seen of her work, that I think that she's a giver. And if we can help push her, she's going to bring some people along with her. And we need that. You know, each one teach one. When you go forth, you reach back and grab some people, and you can't take them all.
No.
But there's some. There are some.
I am slowly but surely learning that, because when I first got into the filming industry, I actually was taken advantage of. And it broke me. Like I wanted to give up on writing, but honestly, my church family, like we pray every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And every time I would say the name of the person that did what he did to me, I would get angry. And then I would have to pray about it. And so they told me to just let it go and go for what I believed in myself, and just go for it, and don't give up on myself. So the other thing I know is that prayer works. I believe in God. I believe that I always ask, like, what is my gift? I always wonder myself, like, God, what's my gift? My gift is writing. My gift is that I'm a giver. And I have stories. I when I really share my life story, I know I'm going to be able to help save some people, like, and encourage people. So,
Amen.
and I'm
Well,
like,
my wife is telling people that you are on Facebook. They're telling them, please go like your page and support. So as you see, we are trying to rally some support for you. Listen, I'm going to let the audience know. She has some book titles, and my wife and I are going to be on Amazon tonight. She's got Torn But Not Broken, parts 1 and 2. She's also got Beneath the Surface. Oh man, this is just amazing. And these are books that you can get on Amazon. Torn But Not Broken 1 and 2. Say again.
I self-published all three of my books, all
Oh wow.
self-published.
I got to hook you up with my son. He's written, I think by now, about 14 novels, and he's trying to
Wow.
self-publish, but he's running into a lot of bumps. And I got to link you two together because you probably can point him in the right direction. Amen.
Yes, yes, yes. It's
Sure.
it's so easy to self-publish, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a fast learner. It's really, really easy, and it's really inexpensive, and you go at your own pace, and you don't have the pressure of people making you feel like you're not on the standards of their publishing company, because
Right.
you're doing everything at your own pace in your own way. So I would suggest anybody to self-publish. A couple people have asked me to publish their books for them, and I tell them, no, I'll show you how to self-publish your own books, and you don't have to go through nobody else no more. So
Right. I love the way you did that. No, I'm not going to give you no fish. I'm going to teach you how to fish. And then you can eat forever. I love that. And this is what I'm talking about. That's help. Sometimes people can ask you for help, but you know better. They're asking for what they know to ask for, but you know what to give them.
Yes, I'm learning how not to be an enabler, because sometimes you help people so much that you enable them. So I'm
Right.
learning how not to be that person, be able to help and show them how to do things themselves without me enabling them.
Oh,
So,
wow. That is a mouthful. I like that. I want you to tell us something about Torn, the series. I
mhm.
want you to tell us about what it's about and how you came about the ideas and what you're trying to do with it.
Okay, so Torn the series is a urban love story. It's based off of my novels Torn but Not Broken, Torn but Not Broken Part 2, Peach's Revenge. And the series is about two brothers who meet two young ladies, and they both kind of fall in love with the two young ladies. And the brothers comes from a family dynamic, a single mother, their mother, and they have different fathers. And one of the brother fathers is not in their life. The other brother father is in his life, and he kind of sets him up, and he sets him up to live and follow in his footsteps, but he mistreats the other son, well, the other brother, and it's Meth and Coy. They're the character names. And so when they meet Ruby is from the projects, and they meet Son. They're from the projects, but Son and Ruby both come from different family dynamics. And Son has more family support with her mother and going to college and stuff. And Ruby kind of have to take care of her brothers and sisters because, her mother is out there using and things. So it kind of shows all for how love can bring people together or love can tear people apart. So really it's about if love going to keep them together or they going to be torn forever. So, and it's scandal in it. It's a scandalous love story. It has uh a lot of Baltimore urban things that happen. It has that in there. It has love in there. um I wrote 10 episodes. I
Oh,
filmed the
man.
pilot, but I've already written 10 episodes. So because I was thinking well, the person that kind of got me to write this, like write this series and write everything out, he had me thinking that this was going to be on Netflix, and I needed my season written. So within 3 months, I had the 10 episodes written before we even finished filming.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so yeah, I was ready. I was ready for somebody. I don't know. Let me tell you, when I wrote Torn the series, I was putting in an application every single day at Tyler Perry Studios for to be a janitor, to oh my goodness, the I secretary, um everything, because I was saying to myself, if you get your foot in the door,
Right.
you there. So
Right. That's right.
I did it for a year straight, like every day. I was submitting my resume every day. Oh my goodness, Jason, could you do me a favor and give me this poster right here? I have a poster that I did, right? It's a vision board. So it's right at the bottom over there. And it has, and Jason is my husband. So that's my
Amen.
support. He right there. So this poster I did, it's a vision board, right? And it has, I did this and let me see. Okay. So it has like everything that I wanted to do. So 315 Desolate Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia is Tyler Perry Studios address, right? A Right
Wow.
Kind of Love is my stage play. And when I did this, I wasn't finished. I didn't premiere either one. I wasn't finished, but it was just my vision. I wanna win an Emmy. Um, I want people to be able to see my name as executive producer on the TV. Torn. I want Torn to be a success. Tyler Perry. I wanted that's what I wanted then. Tyler Perry to it say Tyler Perry presents Torn. So I speak things, write things, draw things in existence in my life. So and it really, really works. So even though I stopped putting those applications in, I still have like that reminder, like
You're
this
still
is
winning. You're
so yeah,
still winning.
yeah, yes.
This is absolutely awesome. I mean, you got the series coming, Torn. You have got the play. Tell me the title of the play again.
A right kind of love.
Wow. Now, is there any plan to put the play on the road? Are you just planning to show it in Baltimore, or do you
So
have? Go ahead, I'm listening.
no, so I do have a plan to put the play on the road. I think I got a little discouraged when I was calling theaters like in DC and in Virginia because I wanted to do like DC, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. I wanted to go down south first with it before I went up north. And they were like really, I don't know, like I didn't get good vibes from the places I called. The energy wasn't good to me. So I kind of like stepped back from there. So what my plan had changed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to debut my stage play because this will be the second time it's ran. I ran it in 2019 and then COVID came. So I'm doing it again February next year. But I already have part two to the stage play written. So what I told the actors was we're going to do part one stage play in Baltimore, and then we're going to do part two in Baltimore and see what our turnout is. And then we can do both plays like double back to, one night part one night part two on the road. So but those when you travel on the road and stuff, I'm the type of person that I feel like I'm responsible for where my actor's gonna stay, how they're gonna eat, how we gonna get there, how we gonna be together. So I think when you do things like that, like put stuff on the road, you should have like things in place already to so that you can do those type of things and it can be successful.
The more you talk, the more excited I get. I'm
Thank
wondering this: have you ever had people who have read your books or seen your plays or your whatever you're doing, and maybe they don't have the same drive that you have, but they have talent? Have people ever sent you things to say, "Listen, I'm a writer, and I don't mind helping you. Here's some material. If you can use it, please feel free to do so." Does that ever happen?
um No, but one person did inbox me and asked me to write their story. And I started writing their story a little bit from our conversation, but we never like really followed up
Hmm.
about it. But that's it. Like I really haven't put myself out there really. This year, this past what 3 months, 3 or 4 months since like I turned my birthday. I really started to put myself out there, and it's been good since I've been doing it. At first I didn't put myself out there. So
Well, we out here now.
yes.
So listen, when you make it big time, you're not gonna forget about Carl's conversations, are you?
No sir. No sir. No sir. No sir. Not at all. We family, so
That's
you
right.
can't forget. So
That's right.
yeah, no
So
sir.
this is just amazing to me, that you have all of this talent, and it sounds like you've already built a foundation. You have a foundation to do some great things. And it sounds like your cousin going crazy, Tiffany. She said, "You're doing a
Yes.
great job, cuz."
Oh, I really appreciate that's Boo Boo. Tiffany. That's her nickname, Boo Boo. My family, we give nicknames. Everybody have a nickname.
Right,
My nickname D. That's Boo Boo. My mother nicknamed Day Day. So we all have like different nicknames. It's so funny. Like everybody has a nickname. But
right.
I appreciate Boo Boo support because she has been on every broadcast, every podcast. Her and my mother that I've been doing, they've been right there being really supportive to me. So I really appreciate her tuning in and commenting and being supportive to me. I really appreciate that. And that right there is the kind of support that people can give me that means a lot. So
Well, I tell you what, if you have any kind of flyers or anything like that, I want you to get it to me ASAP. I have a presence on Twitter and Instagram, TikTok,
okay.
Facebook, YouTube. So any kind of way that Carl's Conversations, Carl Armstrong, any kind of way that we can support you. I do have another platform too. We'll talk about doing something over there. Anytime we can do anything to support you, we want to do it. And to be honest with you, I want to schedule something with you before the end of the year because I want to check back to see what kind of progress you've made. I also want to see if from this interview people are giving, and I'm gonna post this
Definitely.
information again. Here's a question that I wanted to ask you. Let's say
Okay.
that we know that when we go to Amazon and buy a book, I would imagine that they get a piece of that. But what if somebody saying, "Listen, I want you to get every dime. Can I pay you and you
You
ship the
can,
book to me?"
you can cash at me and I ship books. I ship books every day if people want to. You can cash at me and I ship the book. I take Zelle um in every other form I square because I'm also a business owner, heating and air conditioning. So I mean, I do a lot. I got a lot of hats. I
That's
just
right.
started wearing hats because I'm like, okay, I got a lot of hats. I wear a lot of hats, so I'm
Right.
going to start wearing them. So, but yes, and you can inbox me, let me know. Tune in on Mondays. Mondays is my giveaway night. I give away books. So if you say, just only thing you have to do is do a comment, say hello, hi, put a heart up there, anything just to let me know that you on my live, and I raffle off books and tickets. So
Oh
yeah,
man, this is awesome. So Monday night is giveaway night. So
yes,
you all heard it. Lynaia Jordan. Did I pronounce it right, Lynaia?
yes.
All right. Lynaia Jordan. I might just have to call you D. That's easier.
Yeah, yeah. Just call me Dee. It's easier.
And so it is amazing how I got in contact with Linnea is through her uncle, Rodney. Now,
Yeah.
you know, in the hood, if somebody's named Rodney, you know how we pronounce it. We call it Rodney. That's how y'all do it up there, too. But if you call him that, he will absolutely correct you and let you know his name is Rodney.
Oh, okay. Because he say Rodrigo. Uh, he put all kinds of extras on the end of his name,
That's right.
and then
AKA
he
Chop.
got a new name now. Jack call him Rockany.
Rockney. That's right.
So
Mr.
you
Rockney.
pronounce it, Mr. Rockany.
That's
Yes.
right. And he was married to my sister Angelique. So
And
that's how
congratulations,
we are.
Angelique. Oh,
Yes.
she graduates on Monday. So congratulations to her.
Yes, Tisha and I are gonna try to get down there. Listen, Linnea, I am so excited for you. I want to make sure that we're supporting you. I want you to give the audience the prices of your books real quick, and we're
Okay.
gonna post your Cash App information up here so that they can support.
So each book is $15 each. $15 each. The prices on Amazon may be different. Because Amazon may be priced differently, but they're $15 each. If you do get all three books, I'll do all three for $30. Um and that's a bundle for all 3 books. The price for the tickets to the premiere, the red carpet premiere at the Senator Theater, it's a historic Senator Theater, that's $25. And for the stage play, it is $40 for the stage play, A Right Kind of Love. The stage play is at the Lithuanian Hall, and that's in Baltimore, Maryland, 851 Highland Street. And also with that ticket, you'll get, like, we're doing giveaways there. We have a flat screen TV. It gets you interest in, and it's a drink there. It'll be food and vendors there as well. It's like a dinner in a movie setting. That's kind of what I was going for. And it's going to be a good time. I have comedians. Oh my goodness. So it's going to be a good time. Yes.
All right, that is awesome. So now, when they send the Cash App money directly to you for the books, should they add extra for shipping?
No.
Okay,
No.
you all right. You're gonna ship out of that. That is amazing. Listen, y'all, she's saying if they're $15 a piece, but if you order all three, did I hear you say $30?
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
can get all three for $30. So you know that Tisha and I will be placing an order. And we love Amazon, but we love you a little better. So we're going to
Thank
cash app you. And I think
Yeah.
my wife is already preparing a donation that don't have anything to do with the purchase of the books. You may already have it on your Cash App. So
I cash app. The crazy thing is, you know how most people had that sound so they can know. I
right.
don't. I can't tell you if someone cashed at me already or not, but
Okay. Well,
um
she was talking about it in the background as our interview
so
was going on.
it
So
doesn't have the sound, but somebody did purchase, thank you, Daphne. She purchased 2 tickets to the stage play. So
amen.
yes, Daphne
All right.
Henson, she is on my Facebook page. So thank you, Daphne. She purchased 2 tickets to the stage play.
Well,
But
listen,
I
I
don't
can
get
tell
the
you
notifications. I don't know.
there
Like, I don't want
there
my
are some
motivation
people.
to be money.
Right. Oh
So
no,
I
no, no.
try not to,
Well, that's my job. You talk about the book. You let me talk
okay.
about the money. All right.
Okay. Man, I need some.
And I
We
want the
gonna talk
audience to
after.
know. Listen, her and I did not cut a deal. I do not get a finder's fee.
Yeah, look,
I
I
tell you
said we
what.
gonna talk afterwards, so y'all know we don't have no deal, right? I just now
Right.
said we gonna talk afterwards because I need somebody to help me with that part of it.
But you know what? The deal is this. This is another entrepreneur. This is somebody who, you from Baltimore. It's like she didn't grow up with silver spoons, right? Same here. I didn't grow up with silver spoons, but we have so many people who don't have funding, but they have tremendous ideas, and some of their material is better than the material that you're already seeing on TV. And we don't want to put them through the Hollywood shuffle, right? Many people get taken advantage of going that
Yes.
route. We can fund our own stuff, and I'll say it again. I love all of God's children, every color, every creed, every nationality. But there's something special about Black Americans because I'm a Black American and I'm very familiar with our plight. And many of us just need a little help, a little nudge to get our ideas off of the ground. And I want Carl's conversations to be integrally involved in Mrs. Jordan's ventures. And I want us to come up together. I am all in. I'm telling you that right now. And so anything that we can do to be of help, audience, please know this behind the scenes, her and I are going to get together and we're going to do our best to bring her back before the end of the year. And we're going to have some information. Lynaia, what I want you to do is when we finish here, I want you to go to the comments on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I want you to post as much information as possible. If you have any flyers, that way when people go back and look at this on the replay, the information will already be in the comments and they can respond like that. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
That is awesome.
And
Well,
the
listen,
other
I'm going to give the microphone to you just in case you have any closing comments. There you go.
I do, yes. So first, I would like to thank my uncle Rodney for connecting us, and him and Angelique for getting married to even connect us. And I would like to thank you for having me on your show. I would like to thank my family for all of their support. And one thing I did want to say, when just to tell everyone, when you get into the filming industry, start working on getting your own stuff. And I thank God for my husband, because he has started to work on getting our own stuff, so that some of the cost and the production, filming and everything, we will be able to do ourselves. So whenever you get into anything, don't work towards someone else doing the things for you. Work towards yourself getting to that point where you can do you have the ability to do it all, everything. Because in this industry, people are going to try and charge you an arm and a leg to film something that may take an hour or 2 hours to film. And 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 it's not fair. It's not fair. And the other thing is, go for your dreams. Don't ever put failure in your vocabulary. If you didn't make it at that point, it just teaches you to grow, and it's another opportunity for you to move forward. Keep moving forward. Don't think about going backwards. And whatever you put your mind to, you can do.
I'm gonna say amen to that. I thank you for coming on, because you have been inspiring to me. I have a book worth of information. I've started and stopped so many times. I write poetry,
Okay.
and I have hundreds of poems, and probably way more than that ideas. I have so many characters that live in my head. If I could ever get them on paper, it would be something else. And so you have motivated me, and I'm sure if you've motivated me, you have motivated others. So thank you for coming and pouring out. I'm already looking forward to our next interview. I want to keep in contact with you so that we can get this out. We're going to promote it there in Baltimore. I'm not from Baltimore, but I want to. But now you got me wanting to get involved, right? I'm not far. I'm in Stafford, Virginia, so I'm
Right.
not far from you. I can get there
But
good.
you got family now, so you can come here anytime.
That's right. That's right. I got to hook up with Angelique and Rodney on one of their trips. I need to be with them.
Yes, yes.
And my
Oh,
wife.
my house is always in. Everybody welcome.
Amen.
Oh,
Same here. So when y'all want to get away, we right here in Stafford.
okay.
And Tisha says, "Great job, Lynaia."
Thank you, Miss Tisha. Thank you so much.
For the audience, I do thank you as always. You are tremendous. My audience is tremendous. And whether you know it or not, Lynaia, there are some people who are watching who have some resources, not just as far as finances, but they're able to, they have a wide range on their platform. So I don't want to call their names because I don't want to put anybody on the spot. But I'm hoping, my audience, my dear audience, that you have liked what you've seen, and that you would be supportive of Mrs. Jordan, because we want to help to lift her from where she is to put her on the national scene. I
Thank
think
you.
that she's going to do some great things, not only for our community, but anybody who is who can identify with her material. I
Yeah,
think they're going to be motivated and helped, and we just appreciate her kind heart. Anybody who loves God is going to go far. I
yeah.
just believe that.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much, Lynaia. Thank you to your husband. I know he's in the background. He's off camera, but he back there hustling.
Yes, he's actually filming the interview.
Oh, wonderful. What's his name again?
Jason.
Well, Jason, brother, she talked about you so good. I think I love you too, man. We got to get together and do dinner. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, and audience, thank you. And as I always tell you, until next time, may God bless you and may heaven smile upon you. Until next time, bye bye.
Thank you.